Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Could you tell me who you are? Research Chemtrails, Stop Geo-Engineering?
Well, yeah, we're a loosely connected group. We want to do something about the to stop the chemical aerosol spray program, which is taking place over Vancouver and over many places. Do you know anything about this?
No.
Well, if you look up in the air on almost any clear day, you'll see that there's these white lines in the sky coming from planes. Often you'll see the planes, and often there'll be squares. There'll often be a grid. It's always either out there from north to south or south to north on this direction, or it's from west to east over there because sometimes the weather comes from here.
Okay, so you're starting from about Richmond, coming east-west from about...
They're jets. They start from way past
What
Richmond.
do they do, these jets?
Okay.
I've seen them all the time.
Yeah, they don't take off from Vancouver International Airport.
Okay.
What did they do? I've seen them all the time, yes.
They're tankers.
Yeah?
It's a UN initiative.
Okay.
And they're spraying over almost every country that's signatory to the UN.
I know that. Why are they doing this?
So there's some countries that they're not spraying over. Maybe Ecuador, maybe places like this. That's what you've heard a lot of people are going down to Ecuador, you know.
Yeah.
Venezuela, they weren't spraying when I know people that go around and look at this, and
Can you see us?
they weren't spraying in Venezuela when he was there. So we've kind of figured out it's everywhere that's the UN initiative.
What is the purpose of this? They're doing this?
Well, it's hard to say the purpose. You need an investigation.
Yes.
You need a what are they doing? Why are what, who, why? You have to know all these things to devise a purpose.
Come down to a conclusion.
Now there might be a multifaceted. Might be multi-purpose. It might be first of all for the genetic geoengineering, so that you can create droughts and wet areas at your discretion.
Purposely?
Well, yeah. So you can it's all about control. It's not about money. It's about control.
And who's behind this?
Money buys control.
The UN, you think?
Well, who's behind this?
Yes.
Who's behind? This is a very difficult thing to discover. We know our government is cooperating with these people.
And who are these people?
Well, David Icke says they're a reptilian entity.
Okay, I know who you're talking
Some
about.
people say that there's aliens running around. Some people say that there's this cabal in Washington who for whatever reason wants to destroy everything they don't control. It's difficult for me to determine. I can't say for sure who is doing what exactly. What I do know is that there is an initiative. They're spraying. These planes are spraying. I've met pilots that are doing this. I met a guy who worked on the Comox Air Force who used to fuel them up. Okay, I mean, this is a real thing. People have tested it.
I've seen this too.
Clifford Carnicom did a documentary where he tested it all over the southern United States and for what was in it. They made a movie, a documentary, which is a lie, but it's called "What Are They Spraying?" And they tell a couple of major
lies
in there. So it's possible this is put out by the powers that, in order to obfuscate. And here we've got aluminum, barium, particulates, as polymer fibers. These have been tested.
I stopped at a TV internet station. Would you like to have a bit of airtime and explain this in details?
I sure would.
Okay, what is your name and phone?
My name is Tony.
Tony?
And I can give you my last name if you want. Okay. Tasker, Tasker. E-R? Yeah. And my phone number is 604-255-8155.
Now, you know what, I always wondered what they were doing. It's something that just...
Do you know about 9/11?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of theories there and all that. I understand all that. Do you have a question?
Yes. Are you familiar with Jason Martell?
Who?
Jason Martell?
No.
No. Okay. You've heard of Art Bell?
Yeah.
His television, radio program?
Yeah.
You listen to it time to time, I imagine?
Once in a while.
Would you say that there's any credible information that the public can get from this show?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
There's every kind of alternative media. There's tons of credible information. Here's a newspaper that we put out here. You can absolutely. I'd love you to have one. You can have one too if you like, or you can share it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that yours?
Well, I'm involved with it.
Yeah, okay, I've seen this before.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's not on the mainstream. The mainstream media now at this point is I can say this, it's all lies and propaganda. All of it.
I agree.
All of it.
That's why I started an internet TV station.
Have you seen this? Have you seen any information about banksters being arrested and thrown out of Iceland on the mainstream media?
Never.
And this should be big news.
Of course.
You know, if a tourist takes off his clothes and runs streaking through the capital of Iceland, you know, you're going to hear about that on all the newspapers and on the TV. But they start arresting banksters, and you don't hear a bloody word.
That's why I started an internet TV station, so people like you and can get airtime for free. This is my whole idea behind my internet TV station, and I activated it yesterday. What's that? Pause. Yeah, okay, right now you can.